Sacred sex is a profound and transformative force that has been revered and practiced across cultures and centuries. It is a powerful fusion of sexuality, spirituality, and consciousness that has the potential to awaken us to new levels of intimacy, connection, and enlightenment. Yet, in modern times, this ancient wisdom has been largely forgotten, relegated to the shadows of our collective psyche. In a world where sex is often reduced to mere physical pleasure or utility, we have lost sight of its sacred dimensions. We have disconnected from sex from its original purpose, a gateway to the divine, and a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms. We have forgotten that sex can be a powerful tool for personal growth, healing, and self-realization. This is an invitation to rediscover the sacred in sex. It is a journey into the heart of our deepest desires, fears, and longings. It is an exploration of the mysteries of the human body, the secrets of the universe, and the depths of our own souls. Throughout history, sacred sex has been practiced by mystics, tantrics, shamans, and spiritual seekers from diverse traditions. From the ancient temples of India and Egypt to the secret societies of Europe and the indigenous cultures of the Americas, sacred sex has been revered as a powerful catalyst for spiritual growth, healing, and enlightenment. In this, we will delve into the history and cultural significance of sacred sex, exploring its roots in ancient cultures and its evolution over time. We will examine the role of energy and spirituality in sex and how to create a sacred space for sexual practice. We will explore the various practices and techniques of sacred sex, from meditation and breathwork to ritual and ceremony. We will also confront the challenges and taboos surrounding sacred sex, including shame, guilt, and fear. We'll explore how to overcome these obstacles and integrate sacred sex into our daily lives, relationships, and spiritual practices. This is not just an intellectual exploration, but a practical guide for those who seek to transform their sexual experience into a sacred and spiritual practice. It is for those who are willing to challenge their beliefs, push their boundaries, and embrace their true nature. Sacred sex is not just about sex. It's about life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. It's about connecting with our deepest selves, our partners, and the world around us. It's about finding meaning, purpose, and fulfillment in our lives. As we embark on this journey, let us remember that sacred sex is not a destination, but a journey. It's a path that requires courage, vulnerability, and openness. It's a path that promises to transform us, to awaken us, and to connect us to the very essence of life. In the following, we will explore the mysteries of sacred sex and discover how it can transform our lives, our relationships, and our understandings of the world. We'll delve into the unknown and emerge with a newfound appreciation for the sacredness of sex and the sexiness of the sacred. Let us begin this journey together with an open heart, an open mind, and a willingness to explore the unknown. Let us rediscover the sacred in sex and unleash its transformative power in our lives. Defining sacred sex, unveiling the mysteries of the sacred erotic. Sacred sex is a term that evokes a range of emotions and associations, from the mystical to the taboo. Yet, despite its intrigue, sacred sex remains a concept shrouded in mystery, often misunderstood or relegated to the fringes of spiritual and sexual discourse. To truly grasp the essence of sacred sex, we must venture beyond the veil of societal norms and religious dogma and delve into the depths of the human experience. The sacred in sex is not about moralizing or judging sexual behavior, but about acknowledging the inherent divinity that resides within our sexual essence. It is an understanding that our sexuality is not separate from our spirituality, but an integral aspect of our spiritual journey. When we approach sex as a sacred act, we transcend the confines of mere physical pleasures and enter the realm of the mystical, the unknown, and the transcendent. At its core, sacred sex is an approach to sexuality that honors the interconnectedness of body, mind, and spirit. It recognizes that sexual energy is not solely physical, but a potent force that can bridge the material and spiritual realms. Sacred sex is an invitation to embrace our sexuality as a sacred trust, a gift that holds the power to transform, heal, and awaken us to our true nature. This is not limited to any particular sexual orientation, gender identity, or relationship structure. It is a perspective that honors the diversity of human sexuality, acknowledging that each individual's sexual expression is unique and sacred. Whether solo or shared with others, sacred sex is a journey that requires vulnerability, trust, and a willingness to explore the uncharted territories of our own desires, fears, and longings. In the realm of sacred sex, the body is revered as a temple, a vessel for the divine. Every touch, every caress, every intimate encounter becomes a sacrament, a celebration of the sacred in the flesh. The erotic is elevated from mere physical pleasure to a transcendent experience that awakens us to the mysteries of the universe and the depths of our own souls. To define sacred sex is to embrace the paradoxical union of opposites, the sacred and the profane, the spiritual and the sexual, the transcendent and the tangible. It is an understanding that our sexuality is both earthly and divine, a reflection of the very essence of life itself. In the words of the ancient Greek philosopher Aristophanes, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, Aristophanes, the sacred is not something that can be taught. It is something that must be felt. Sacred sex is an experience that transcends words, dogma, and doctrine. It is a feeling that resonates deep within our being, a knowing that our sexuality is a gateway to the divine. As we embark on this journey of defining sacred sex, let us remember that it is a path that requires courage, vulnerability, and openness to the unknown. Let us embrace the mystery, the beauty, and the transformative power of sacred sex and allow it to guide us on our journey towards wholeness, healing, and enlightenment. The history and cultural significance of sacred sex, unveiling the ancient roots of a forgotten tradition. Sacred sex, a term that resonates with mystery and intrigue, has a rich and diverse history that spans across cultures and continents. From ancient temples to mystical texts, the concept of sacred sex has been a pervasive theme throughout human history, reflecting our deepest desires, fears, and aspirations. Yet, despite its significance, this tradition has been largely forgotten, relegated to the shadows of our collective psyche. In ancient Mesopotamia, the sacred marriage rite between the god king and the high priestess was a central ritual, ensuring fertility, prosperity, and the cosmic order. Similarly, in ancient Egypt, the union of Isis and Osiris symbolized a sacred union of opposites, reflecting the cyclical nature of life and death. These ancient cultures recognized that sexuality was not solely a physical, but a powerful force that could bridge the human and the divine realms. In Hinduism and Buddhism, the concept of sacred sex is deeply rooted in the teachings of Tantra, a mystical tradition that views sexual energy as a potent force for spiritual growth and enlightenment. The ancient Hindu text, the Kama Sutra, is often misunderstood as merely a manual for sexual pleasure, but it is, in fact, a comprehensive guide to the art of sacred sex, emphasizing the importance of spiritual connection, intimacy, and pleasure. In ancient Greece, in the Eleusinian mysteries, a secretive religious cult, honored the goddess Demeter and her daughter Persephone, symbolizing the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth. The rituals, which included sacred sex, aimed to awaken the initiate to the mysteries of the universe and the human condition. The cultural significance of sacred sex extends beyond religious rituals and mystical texts. It reflects our deepest desires for connection, intimacy, and transcendence. Sacred sex reflects a profound understanding that our sexuality is not separate from our spirituality, but an integral aspect of our own human experience. Throughout history, sacred sex has been a powerful symbol of resistance against oppressive regimes, religious dogma, and social norms. The ancient temple priestesses, the tantric adepts, and the mystics who practiced sacred sex were often seen as threats to the established order, their practices deemed heretical or immoral. The suppression of sacred sex is a testament to the power of this tradition. The early Christian church, in its quest for dominance, systematically erased the pagan traditions and mystical practices that honored the sacred insects. The Victorian era's repressive moral codes further solidified the taboo surrounding sacred sex, relegating it to the shadows of our collective psyche once again. Yet, despite centuries of suppression, the embers of sacred sex continue to glow, waiting to be fanned into a flame that illuminates our understanding of human sexuality and spirituality. The modern tantric movement, the rise of sacred sexuality workshops, and the growing interest in conscious sexuality all reflect a deep longing to reconnect with the sacred in sex. As we delve into the history and cultural significance of sacred sex, we are reminded that our sexuality is not solely physical, but a powerful force that can bridge the human and divine realms. We are invited to reclaim our sexual heritage, to honor the ancient traditions that recognize the sacred in sex, and to embrace our own sexuality as a gateway to the mysteries of the universe and the depths of our own souls. In the words of the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, the highest form of human excellence is to possess the faculty of sacred sex. Let us embrace this faculty, this sacred gift, and allow it to guide us on our journey towards wholeness, healing, and enlightenment.